and Terry Wade and Be Heard, Be Little, or whatever you want to call them fruities. They don't move me.
Now, Pastor, doesn't the Bible say something about liars will not tarry in the sight of God or something to that effect? Why are you sitting up here telling that lie? I'm sorry, y'all. I tried to give this woman grace. I tried to give her compassion. I tried to give her some room to not essentially destroy her own social media following. But to be honest, I don't think the 6 or 7 people that attend her church really care too much about that. So I'm going to give it the same energy. Ma'am, you are telling a bold-faced lie. They don't move me. Lady, you are lying through your teeth. They don't move you is just a deflection to take away from the fact that you are absolutely pressed because the internet is starting to call you out for some of your hypocritical speech and some of the things that you have said over the pulpit and to a parishioner that is sitting there in church. You are up here talking about some of the weirdest things over the pulpit, but then masking it as if it's something that God directly said to the people. All these pastors, preachers, evangelists, televangelists, and whatnot getting up here talking all this stuff that God said, God said, God said. Last time I checked, God don't do that much talking. Last time I remember, God don't be talking to people all like that. Sometimes you got to move by the Spirit, as I've been so taught. You got to move by what the Spirit is telling you. And I don't honestly believe that the Spirit is telling you to get up there and talk about the sexual habits of people simply because you don't like them. I don't believe that the Spirit is getting up there telling you to talk about coochie and talk about ding-a-ling and talk about all these things that you seem to be talking about that coincidentally has probably been the most attention that you have ever received from the church. Let me hear a word from you about what God has done for you or your ministry. Let me hear something from you over the pulpit about some of the blessings that you have received. Let's treat this like the old time church. I don't want to hear about everything you complaining about and how bad your life is and your wife left you or your husband left you or your house fell down or something like that. Talk about the move that God has made in your life that has been crucial and beneficial to your church. I'm sick of hearing these preachers getting up here talking about responding to the controversies that they have said over the pulpit. Same like Gino Jennings does. When everybody says something about him, he wants to mention them and then go on a social media tour, talk out about them, just like he did Ricky Smiley, just like he's done with several other people in the church. He don't like the stuff that Tyler Perry does, but he drop his name every damn week. He don't like the stuff that other pastors do. Like that one pastor down in South Carolina, they called him out. And every week on his telecast, he going up there calling this man out, pulling out body bags and caution tape. Talk about, oh yeah, I wrapped him up with Bible. I killed him with Bible. How about you talk about the blessings that's in your church? Why don't you try preaching to the people about some of the things that are good for your church? You still got the leaky roof. You still got the door that won't turn all the way. You still got the lock that won't turn all the way. You still got all these things that you need to work on in your church, but you steady talking about other people now. You steady talking about coochie. He put his hand under my dress. I'm gonna slap the pee out of him. Ma'am, you just mad because ain't nobody did no freaky shit like that at your wedding. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. All these things that you sitting here talking about that other people do, you wish were done to you. You wish somebody gave your coochie the attention that you got other people talking about. You wish that someone actually paid attention to your coochie because you one of the older members of the church and you think that just because you said something that's supposed to cause a worldwide movement. This is the part that pisses me off. When people steady talking about the children are our future, the children are the future, the children, they're the way, the future, and the light. Guess what? If they are so much the future that you love so much, maybe it's time you older folks get the hell out the way. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? Let me say it again. Some of y'all sitting here talking about the children of the future, the children are the way, the children are going to lead this next generation. Maybe it's time for some of you older folks to step the hell on out the way and let them lead. Y'all don't want to do that. You know why? Because secretly, y'all are scared that the new generation of church, of the youth, Y'all scared that this next generation is going to call y'all out for some of the BS that y'all be spitting out. Y'all scared that this new generation is going to take this current generation, away from some of the antiquated and old views that some of y'all were brought up on. Guess what? We are in a new generation, ladies and gentlemen. The new generational church does not really care about some of the old style BS that has been preached to them since they were 6 years old. We are in a new generation. Things are evolving. We got AI now. We got people that have a different understanding of what God is telling them, and what God's telling them is not the same thing that God is telling you. Some of you older folks need to just accept that you are not in the same generational situation as some of these younger folks. And it's time for y'all to move out of the way and let these people take over. Let the younger generation begin to lead the quote unquote people of God. Let them get in their position and let them be the leaders of the church. If people follow them, people follow them. If they don't, they don't. Y'all ain't got to sit up here and talk about how the children are the future of our generation 1 minute, and then sitting there bashing them for being a part of the generation, for doing some of the things that people in this generation are doing. Guess what? It's a new age. Step up or step off.